Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dan here, and I decided to do this quick video for you outside. It's just a gorgeous July day. Before I get to the main content of this video, I just wanted to ask that you please join a growing community of treasure hunters at facebook.com/awesomewalksandprofits. It is a page I put together, and you can interact with me as well as the growing community of treasure hunters that you'll find there. So go ahead and do that. Now, I'm a treasure hunter, and I liquidate a lot of my treasures, and one of the main outlets I use is Craigslist. And I decided to do a short video series for you, multi-part, I should say, video series, where I offer you my experience of what it's like to sell on Craigs. Now, if you're new and you want to learn how to sell on Craigslist for beginners, then you'll want to pay very close attention to these videos. Now, I'm not doing these videos because I have extra time to kill. I love the treasure hunting community. I want to give back to the treasure hunting community. I've been selling on Craigs for many, many, many years. I've seen all sorts of scams. I'm making dynamite money on Craigslist. And the only way that you can effectively use Craigslist and make good money on the website is if you're familiar with the scams that are prolific on Craigslist, because this one scam could steal thousands of dollars from you. And obviously, if you get hit by a scam on Craigslist, you'll think, well, Craigslist is just bullshit. I can't use Craigslist for any other reason but to lose money, which is absolutely not the case. As long as you're familiar with what the downsides are, what the scams are that are out there on Craigslist, you can use the website very effectively. So let's go over another one of those scams in today's video. Now, real quick, in the previous video, I gave you what was, I think, a very important scam, a very malicious scam to be aware of. I'm not going to go over what the content was in that previous video, but if you haven't seen the video prior to this one, take a few minutes, check that one out. I know that you're really going to appreciate the information I give you in that video. So now in this short 5-minute video, I'm going to give you another very popular scam that a con artist will use on Craigslist to try to steal your money. Firstly, know that as an inexperienced Craigslist seller, you are a sitting duck for a scam artist. And the weapon that a scam artist will use to take you down is email. Email enables a con artist to remain faceless and to remain voiceless. A con artist will generally not pick up the phone and call you. They would prefer to lurk in the shadows, and email enables them to do just that, to remain anonymous and to lurk in the shadows. So be very aware of the Craigslist, the emails that you receive from a Craigslist buyer or a purported buyer. So just as an example, 9 out of every 10 emails I receive from my Craigslist ad are people trying to rip me off. All right, 1 out of 10 maybe is from a legitimate buyer who's trying to get more information on the item I have listed for sale, but most of them are bullshit. On the other hand, 1 out of every 100 phone calls I receive from a Craigslist buyer will be from a scam artist. All right, so 99 of those 100 phone calls are from people who are legitimate buyers calling to try to get more information. So the bottom line is, be very aware of the emails that you'll receive from Craigs. So let's get right to the specific scam I want to talk to you about in this How to Sell on Craigslist for Beginners video. Okay, so you have something for sale and you post an ad on Craigslist. Next thing you know, you get an email from somebody who looks like a legitimate buyer. It's an innocent looking email. They'll ask you, what condition is your item in? What's your bottom line price? Can you tell me more about your item, right? So it looks legit, and you reply with answers to whatever questions they're asking you. Next thing you know, you get a second follow-up email from the con artist, and the con artist will say, great, this looks like a good item. It's an item that I've been looking for. I'd like to move forward with the purchase. So the con artist will ask you for your name and address and tell you that they're going to send a money order for the item, and then they'll arrange pickup. They'll go on to tell you that they're out of, they're out of the country, they're overseas, or they're out on a mission and they're just not able to do this themselves. So they're going to have their assistant send you a money order. And then sure enough, a couple days later, day or two later, a money order shows up in your mailbox, and this money order looks legitimate. So of course you take it to your bank, you go to put it in your account, and your bank will accept the money order. They will put it into your account, and it'll even settle, the funds will clear. It's not for maybe 7 or 10 days later that the bank discovers their mistake, that the money order was fake, and they'll go ahead and they'll suck the funds back out of your bank account. But now here's the thing. About the same time that the scam artists send you that money order, they'll also send you an email all excited saying that their assistant made a mistake and they sent you more in this money order than what you guys had agreed on to for a price, and they'll ask you to please go ahead and wire the difference back to them ASAP via Western Union. Again, the money order looks legit. The funds actually settled into your bank account. So far, it all looks pretty harmless. But like I just mentioned, the bank's not going to realize for another week or 10 days that the money order was illegitimate. They're going to suck the money that they settled back out of your account. Meanwhile, you wired legitimate money to the scam artist, and you've just been ripped off. And it's not the bank's problem. They're not going to take responsibility for this mistake. It's you who are on the hook. It's you who lost the money. Now, there are a couple of things to look out for in this email scam. First of all, a lot of times the con artist will offer to even send you more than what you guys agreed upon. They might, offer to include an additional $50 or $100 or whatever it might be. Right off the bat, that's bullshit. Nobody on Craigslist is going to offer to pay you more for your item than what you have it advertised for. And this whole thing about them being overseas and they're not able to come and look at the item, I mean, that's utter nonsense. Like I said before, a legitimate Craigslist buyer will almost always call you to discuss the item with you first, ask you certain questions. So anybody who's going to send you a money order sight unseen without even a phone call, whether they're overseas or not, is absolute nonsense. So just look out for those red flags. And one other thing too is really very disturbing is I got an email one time, well, a couple of times I've gotten emails from these con artists who are using this exact fake money order scam, who would tell me something like, I'm overseas in Africa working with children with malaria and I'm just not able to come or give you a call or any of this kind of thing. And it's just so sad that these scumbags will use the image, the vision of children with malaria as part of their scam to rip you off. I mean, these scumbags will stop at absolutely nothing to try to steal your money. Nothing is beneath these dishonest flim-flam artists. And one of the saddest things of all is that, from what I understand, a lot of elderly people fall for this scam. It's just, so sad that someone would willfully prey on the elderly, but they do. Like I said, they'll stop at nothing to try to rip people off. So that's it. In this short video, I've just offered you a very prolific and apparently effective scam on Craigslist. I don't think if it was no longer effective, I wouldn't see it. I see these emails maybe 3, 4, 5 a week. So it's got to be still an effective scam for these people to use. So anyway, I've offered you I've offered you a nice tip on how to sell on Craigslist for beginners. Be very aware of this money order email scam. Now, I love the treasure hunting community. Treasure hunting has been very good to me, and I just love to connect with other treasure hunters, and I just kind of, sometimes feel the need to give back, offer my advice and my experience on successful treasure hunting and treasure hunting for profit. And to that end, I've written a 12-page Craigslist report where I lay out all the information that I've gathered over the years of selling on Craigslist, not the least of which is to mention all the different kind of scams that I've seen. So if you are a treasure hunter and you are interested in finding out how to sell on Craigslist for beginners, then by all means go check out my report. It's absolutely free. You've got nothing to lose. Just read it. You might learn something, and you can go and access that report right here.